Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to De.Antoinette. We are going to press out this hair with our Tymo. Welcome, 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 everybody. Okay. Okay. So, as y'all can see, I'm separating my hair, but we're going to do some stuff before we actually do that. And I'm going to as the description says, I'm going to be using my Tymo Ionic Plus. I gotta put on some lotion. I'm gonna be using my Tymo Ionic Plus, and I'll show y'all that we used it last time on the live. And I just wanted to demonstrate again because my hair is in a different style now. And so the press is getting kind of old. So now I am going to use my Tymo to kind of get those roots again. So I'm going to demonstrate how we do that. But first, I'm going to show everybody what it looks like when it comes in the box, right? So when you get your Tymo Ionic Plus, it's going to come in this box. And here's the other little piece to it. You kind of like pull it out. And this is the box it comes in. And it also tells you on the back of the box, like it's a hair straightening brush. It tells you some different things about it. So one of the things it tells you about is T-sensor technology. So the T-sensor technology is to achieve a millisecond temperature monitoring. And it's always at the right temperature for whatever hairstyle you're trying to do. So that's one of the good things about it. It also says it has 16 temperature settings. So it starts at 180 degrees Fahrenheit and it goes up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So pick the temperature that works well with your hair type. Typically, when I straighten my hair, and my hair is already straight, so I'm not gonna turn the temperature up this time really high. But I believe the last time when I did do or use the brush on live, and I'm gonna show y'all the brush here. I have it plugged in now. We're gonna use it. This is what it looks like out of the box. And this will get you your hair silk pressed in 20 minutes. It took me 20 minutes or less to do my silk press with this straightening brush when I did it on live last week, I believe. Last week. So this is what it looks like, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on and get it warmed up as I'm talking. So yeah, I think it's on 360 or 390. I'll see when it goes. But like once the number reaches the temperature that you put it on, then it's going to be fully heated up. But before we actually use this, we're going to be talking about how to get the perfect silk press at home while using this brush. So I showed y'all, this is the box that it comes in. Okay, and so before all of that, before you actually straighten your hair, I want to talk about the things that I use in order to get my hair really straight the first time, so you won't have to always keep going through and having your hair straightened. Right now my hair is, oh, y'all heard that beep? Okay, so it's on 390. I am actually going to turn it down to 360 because my hair is already straight, so I don't need the temperature up that high. I just want to like tap the roots in this video or in this live so that I can show y'all how it works. I just wanted to come on here again and show again how this works and how fast it actually works to get your hair really straight. So y'all see my hair right now. You see how kind of, let me get kind of close. The roots right here are not as straight. We are going to make sure that we go in and get those straight so that this can lay a little bit more flat. I do like the fact that it has a little bit of body to it or fluff to it, and that is because I did have some curl in my hair before, but now the curl has kind of fallen. As you can see, it's kind of still a little bit curled here now, but no worries. We're just going to go through and straighten with this and make sure those roots get flat, and I'll show y'all a demonstration right here on the live. But first, I wanted to talk about what I use when I wash my hair and my wash routine so that you can get the best silk press that you can. And these are the steps that I use. Y'all can put in the comments what things y'all use in your hair, but for me, this is what works best. And also for a lot of my clients that I have, for most of my clients that I have, this is the routine that I'll go through in order to achieve the look of like your hair being really straight. Okay, so one of the things or best things that I have found is that when you first, y'all gonna want to hear this, when you first wash your hair, don't just use any shampoo that you have when you want to have your hair straight. Make sure, because a lot of times if you have textured hair, you're gonna use products in your hair in order to tame your hair during the week. So when you do wash it, you don't want to use a regular old shampoo that you have. Even if you wash your hair like 2 or 3 times, a lot of times it doesn't get all the gunk from the products that we use out of your hair. So what you're going to do is use a clarifying shampoo. So I'm going to show you an example of a clarifying shampoo. This is the clarifying gel shampoo that I use by Amika. Let me know if y'all have used this before. I have recently bought this and I tell you it is almost gone because I used it on myself and used it on some family members and clients that I have had. And this clarifying shampoo is so good, or clarifying shampoo in general is really, really good to use because it's going to clear up all the buildup that you have in your hair, right? So what's the difference between a clarifying shampoo and a shampoo that is like a moisturizing shampoo or something like that? So let's just read what's on this one. So it revives and clarifies overworked hair without stripping it, so your hair won't be super, super dry. It's mild, but it works really well, and it breaks down oil, dirt, sweat, and product buildup for lightweight feeling hair, right? So that's what you want. So I'll show this again. This is the Amika Clarifying Gel Shampoo. And what you want before you actually silk press your hair is to have a squeaky clean canvas. You do not want to have any sweat, buildup, or dirt on your scalp or on your hair, or that silk press is going to be flat. It is not going to have any body. It's not going to move. You're going to want your hair to have some body to it. So make sure you're starting off with a clarifying shampoo. That is my number one tip. If you want to get a really good silk press, you're going to make sure that you use a clarifying shampoo. And that was just one example. I have many. I do recommend another brand that I have used, and it's by Paul Mitchell Clarifying Shampoo. They have a shampoo 1, shampoo 2, and shampoo 3, I believe, for clarifiers. I usually use a shampoo 2 or shampoo 3. 3 is one that you'll probably use when you're like in a swimming pool or had chlorine in your hair, things like that. That one is going to completely strip the hair of any type of whatever you have in your hair. So if you don't want something as aggressive as that one, you can always just go in and use shampoo 2 with Paul Mitchell. But right now, this one is in my top faves from Amika. Now, once you actually strip your hair of the dirt, the buildup, and any type of products that you might have in your hair, you are going to want to go in with something that is moisturizing, or I should say hydrating, for your hair. And we're gonna stay with the Amika product brand, and I'm going to show you the Hydro Rush. It is an intense moisture shampoo by Amika. I'll hold it there so y'all can see it. Hopefully y'all can see it and it's not like glitching or anything like that. But this is the one, and I got the 9.2 fluid ounce bottle. I believe I bought these bottles. This one I think was like $26, and I bought this from Sephora, but you can always buy it off of, I think you can now buy it off of the TikTok shop, and you can also buy it from the Amika website. So you can do that, but you want to go in after a clarifying shampoo. You want to go in with something that's hydrating. And this is going to put the moisture back in your hair. It's not going to make your hair really heavy or anything like that. It's just going to moisturize it. So you will feel the difference from when you use the clarifier and then you put something hydrating that has moisture in it, in your hair. So make sure you go in with something like this. Also, if you're going to use the clarifying shampoo and you know that you have like a whole week's worth of like gel or products in your hair because you haven't washed it, make sure that you clarify more than once if necessary. You can use the clarify more than once. You can also use this one more than once. Nobody can tell you how many times you need to wash your hair during your wash day or wash routine. Just know that you need to do what you need to do in order to get your hair clean. So make sure you use a clarifier and then go in with something hydrating. So this is the one that I like to use as of right now. I've also used the hydrating shampoo from Sacred this year, or last year I should say, and I really like that one as well. So there's a bunch of different brands, but use whichever one works for you. This is just the steps and processes that I go through in order to get my silk presses the way they look. And if y'all go back and look at all my shorts and my videos, you'll see that the hair that I do actually turns out really nice, and my clients and I are very satisfied with the results. So after that, you're going to use a moisturizing, I just go in with the same one, moisturizing conditioner. So this is also the Amika Intense Moisture Conditioner. It goes with the shampoo. So I use them both. I'm almost out of both of them, but I need to get bigger bottles. But the conditioner you go in with, and when I have conditioner in my hair, I will When I have conditioner in my hair, I will detangle my hair while the conditioner is in my hair. It's just an easier process. Your hair has slip and it's gonna be able to comb through. If you wanna like finger detangle your hair, that's fine. Or if you wanna use a wide tooth comb or a Denman brush, whatever you wanna use, go ahead and detangle your hair while you have your hair with a conditioner in it. I only let the conditioner sit in my hair as long as the product says that you should have the conditioner in your hair. It's not gonna work best if you leave it in overnight or you think you can walk around for hours with your hair. They actually do studies on this stuff. They actually test these things out. So the amount of time that you need to have the conditioner in your hair, for the most part, is what they recommend. If they do not recommend on the bottle a certain time, then just use it for however long you want to. But for the most part, they usually tell you how long you should keep it in your hair for. It also will tell you to rinse out of your hair, or if it's something that you can keep in your hair and not have to rinse it out. But just make sure you're following the instructions on the bottle, and if it tells you how long to keep the container in there, then just wash it out whenever it says wash it out. So we use let's go back. We use the clarifier. Once you clarify your hair and clean out all the dirt, all the buildup, you're gonna go in and use something hydrating that has a hydration shampoo, moisture shampoo. Use that and then use a conditioner, hydrating conditioner to go along with that. And then your hair should feel, oh, all the feels so good, so clean, great. Now you go on to when you're about to blow dry your hair, and you need to make sure that you are using a really good blow dryer to make sure you get your hair as straight as possible with the blow dryer, because when you do that, it's going to be easier and less passes that you have to use in your hair when you are using something like a straightening brush or a straightener, whatever you use to straighten your hair. So before I do that, you want to go and you want to have something that has like a heat protectant in it. So right now I'm using the Amika Brooklyn Bombshell blow dry spray. This is what it looks like. Okay, and it'll tell you for the most part when it is like a clear when it is a heat protectant, how many degrees it will protect your hair up to. So on this one it says the pre-blowout primer, and this one protects against heat up to 450 degrees. So just know, if you're putting your iron up that high, hopefully you are not putting your iron up that high. You do not need to put your iron up that high. Our hair, when it's textured, can hold heat, but 450 is a bit much and you probably don't need to do that much heat. But if you were to need to, this is something that will protect your hair up to 450 degrees. And that is what we use, right? So that's the full process from washing the hair to putting the protectant in it to blow dry it. There are a few other products I'll go over in another video about there's other heat protectant products that I also like to use, but I can do another video about things where what heat protectants work best and things like that. Okay, so now we can get into kind of getting these roots straight. Y'all can see my roots now a little bit are a little poofy. So that's why I'm going to demonstrate in this video how to go ahead and use my Ionic Plus brush in order to get that hair nice and flat and straight. Before I do that, I'm gonna go in with one of my Kenra products, and this is also one of my favorite brands that I like to use for silk presses. They have a lot of different things. They have some curly products that I like to use. They also have a hairspray that I really like to use, and that is my Kenra Volume Spray 25. When I tell y'all this is one of my favorite hairsprays, this is what I like to use, and it works really, really well. And I put that in my hair like after I like put some curls in it or something like that, but we're not gonna do curls today. I'm just gonna demonstrate how the Ionic Plus actually works. And if y'all were to pick this one up, I would love to see or y'all to tell me how you like this product. If you look at the description in my live, you can see that I have a link. It's my personal link that you can go on and buy this. And I also have a discount code for 40% off if you wanted to buy this brush from Tymo. And again, it comes in this box here. Can you see that? Let me go back. And it is a straightening brush. And it heats up really fast. It's really fast when you turn it on to heat it up, but also when you touch this, you should not burn yourself. As y'all can see, this is on. It is on 390. And I can run my hand across this, I can touch this, and yes, it is hot, but it has a scalding mechanism or a non-scalding mechanism where you will not burn yourself if you use this. Even when you put it in your hair, you're not gonna burn yourself. So we're just gonna demonstrate. So I am going to take a part of my hair. I'm gonna start with this side, because you can really kind of see the roots on this side. So I'm gonna see or demonstrate basically how this works. So I'm gonna pin up my hair on this side. And in my last live, I straightened my whole hair from its blow-dried state. And you will see that it only took me like 20 minutes or less in order to straighten my hair. And I'm gonna take like a bigger piece, because you don't have to take small pieces like when you use a flat iron. So I'm gonna take a bigger piece and I'm just gonna pin this up here. And then we're gonna take our brush. As you can see, sorry, it's not on 390, it's on 360, because my hair is already straight, so I don't want to put too much heat in it, but I do want to get like these poofy roots, if you could see that. I want to get these poofy roots kind of flat. So we're going to use this brush in order to do that. So gonna take this part of my hair, and you can get it really, really close to your roots, because again, it has a non-scalding mechanism on it, so it's not gonna burn you. Gonna take this in there, and I'm just gonna pull it down. And some of this hair on the side fell out, so I'm just gonna go, not back over it, but over the part that I did not get. So let me go to that back part. I'll take that and pull it all the way down. And I don't know if y'all can see that, but now that hair is nice, flat, and straight. And then I'm gonna take it, I like to do this underside as well to make sure like the roots are straight on the underneath part of my hair. So I'll just take it and go underneath like this and pull it out. All right, y'all. So now that hair is nice and flat. As y'all can see how straight that hair is, it is not like stiff, it still has body in it. So we're just gonna do that all the way through the back of the hair. And again, I'm not gonna take little small pieces, I'm gonna take larger pieces. So I'm gonna take this piece again, take a piece again, and then I'm going to put it right there at the root, and then I'm gonna pull all the way down. And I go through that. I don't go through fast, I go through pretty slow, but you don't have to. And then I'll take this little front piece right here and just go in there and making sure I get like that root area. And again, this is not up really high, this is only on 360. Oh, that's straight. Look how flat that is. This brush works really fast and it gets your hair really straight really fast. So we're just gonna keep going up. I'll pin this piece up. Here's my next piece right here. And again, I did my full head on live last week, so you can go through and see how on that live, which is saved on my channel, I just went through and I have my whole head from its blow dry state because I just washed my hair that day. And I went through and I straightened my hair with this brush, and it only took 20 minutes. I think it was a little less than 20 minutes because I was talking in the beginning of the video. And it gets that hair really nice and flat. And also, it's not going to put any heat damage in your hair because these plates are designed not to cause heat damage, but you also need to use a temperature that works best with your curl pattern. And if your hair is used to heat and you don't mind turning the iron up, that is up to you, because the iron does go, or the brush does go up to 450 degrees. I personally do not put it up to that one. When I straightened my hair on the live the last time, last week, I only used the iron on, or the brush, the straightening brush, at 390. I used it at 390. That was going from my blow dried state, because my hair is already straight now and I just kind of want to tap the roots a little bit because it's been a few days, you know, like if you sweat in your sleep or you are outside. I live in Arizona, so I'm outside, and like your roots just kind of poof a little bit. Then I will go back in and use this brush basically to get at those roots and straighten my hair. And that worked pretty quickly. Also, I think I forgot to put this in, but I already have a heat protectant in my hair. That was done like off camera before, but this is what I use. So this is my Kenra Silkening Heat Cream, and it is a thermal styler. So I'll put a little bit on the other side again so y'all can see how this works. It's just a cream, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like. It's very lightweight, and it's a light cream. So I'm just going to rub that onto the other side so y'all can see. See, it's not thick at all. It doesn't even look like I have it in my hands anymore. And I'm gonna take that, I'm just gonna run it through my hair from roots to ends so y'all can see how to use it. And this is designed for dry hair, when your hair is dry. It's not designed to put in your hair when it's wet. You can. I use the products how they are recommended, and so I'm just gonna put that all through my hair on this side. And as y'all can see, I just straightened my roots on this side, and how flat and sleek the hair is on this side. That's how quick you can get a silk press in your hair, as fast as I just did that. I think I just did that in like 5 minutes, and it doesn't even take that long because I'm just like talking to y'all too. But look how flat this is versus this one I did like not even a week ago. I want to say a week ago. And so you can see the difference between this very sleek side and this side that now like my roots are kind of poofy. So that's why we're going in and putting the iron or the straightening brush at the roots so that I can kind of get it flat. I don't mind it having that type of like body in it, but I know that that'll happen in a few days again. So I like it to be flat when I first wear it, or if I'm like planning to go somewhere else or something like that. So as y'all can see the difference between this side here, where this still has like the poofy roots, and then I just went over this side and it's laying like super flat and it's looking cute. But this side look cute too. Whatever. But this is a demonstration, so I'm gonna show how you can take like a large piece like this. It doesn't have to be a small piece at all. You pin that up, and we're gonna take this piece and we're gonna run our iron. We're gonna run our brush. I want to call it an iron, but we're gonna run our brush through it just like I did before, right at the roots. You're gonna take that brush and you're gonna pull it all the way through. And as I told y'all before, I like to go through on the underside as well and make sure I get those roots in the back. And I'll just take this in there and run that back this way. Y'all see how that just slid out that brush, which is so nice. And now that hair is nice and flat. Didn't have to do much. Gonna go through, do another large piece. Let's see how large of the pieces I'm taking. So I'll do that one more time. We'll go through and make sure you're putting that right on that root, and then you go down. I don't go on the underside on every piece, but on this one I am going to. Now that hair is laying nice and flat. This iron, or this brush, is a time saver, especially if you have children who are now at an age where if they want like a cute, nice little look, but you don't want to have like a hard press on your child's hair, this one actually gets you this kind of look if you wanted it. And then it's also a tool that you can use for yourself if you really wanted to go through and press out your hair. You can, and it won't take long. This is also an item that is not going to burn you or your child, and is very beginner user friendly. So if you are not used to doing a silk press on your hair and you want a tool that's gonna work fairly fast on your hair and you don't have a lot of time, or you're just not an expert with using a flat iron, go ahead and grab this brush. This brush is gonna be a time saver for anybody who does not like taking a long time on their hair. It works really, really well. It works really, really fast. And it is not going to put any heat damage on your hair. So we're gonna demonstrate that again. I'm gonna go through. We only got like 2 more pieces. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna separate these 2 pieces. Put that over to the side. This side was a little more poofy. That's why I said I'm going through on the underside on this one, all the way down, and the top. And I pulled that brush all the way through, and then let's do our last piece. Gonna take this last piece And again, I'm gonna go on the underside with the brush. Make sure I get that underneath root right there. And then I'm gonna go on the top side and I'll pull down. You'll see how close I'm putting this to my head. You're not gonna burn yourself. You will not burn yourself. I will say that again. You will not burn yourself. Just make sure you're going to the roots and pulling that brush all the way through. You also can use this brush and do one pass on your hair. As y'all can see on my live, the last live when I actually straightened my hair, and now y'all see, like before, that part was poofy and now it's all laying nice and flat. So now I can get another few days or so, or maybe a week again out of this style, so that I will not have to go in and straighten my hair again until I wash my hair. But if you were in here before and you saw the difference between this side and this side before I did it, this side was laying flat once I did it, and this one still had a little poof. And now all of that hair is laying nice and flat. And I'm gonna go ahead and just do this ponytail as well, because why not? I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And now my hair is nice and straight. Now my hair is nice and straight, and I can get another week or so out of this style. And now my hair is laying nice and flat. I'm gonna turn around so y'all can see the back. It's laying nice and flat. And that way, when you get that underside too, you don't have like those little parts in the back that are like still curled up, right? And your hair is nice and flowy. It's not gonna be like stiff at all. Your hair still has like body and bounce to it, but it's not like those poofy roots. So that's how you use the Tymo Ionic Plus to touch up your hair if you want to do a really quick press on your hair. That literally took no time. No time at all. This is like my new favorite tool to use, only because it's really fast, and I do like the fact that I do not burn myself. When I use my other flat iron and I really get in the groove of using that flat iron, I tend to burn my hand sometimes, especially when I'm doing curls. I tend to burn my hand sometimes. I'm gonna turn this off now, but I tend to burn my hand sometimes using my other flat iron, and I'll show y'all which flat iron that is. I love that flat iron. My Babyliss flat iron, I do love it. It gets hot on both sides, and it gets really, really hot, which is great. However, if I don't use like one of those like hot gloves or something like that, if I don't use that, then I tend to sometimes like turn it and I forget like that is too hot, so I'll like burn my hand. I gotta like kind of jump back a little bit, and so I don't have to do that with this Tymo Ionic Plus. If y'all want to try out this brush, I do have my link in my description for this live. You can go copy that link, and then I do have a discount code in there for 40% off. The discount code is Danielle40, Danielle 40. You can go and copy all that from the description, and you can purchase this Tymo Ionic Plus. It'll come in a box like this. And let me know what y'all think about the product. I do like to do these live demonstrations so that I can show that the product actually does work. I'm not one of those people who tries to sell somebody something and I personally don't like it myself. I've used this product on myself, my niece, my sister. My sister has also bought one now and used it on my niece. She just went to her first day of school again, and they just needed to do a nice quick little hairstyle from going back to school from the holiday break. And so it was just so quick and so easy for them to use and do her hair. And even if you have 4C hair, you can use 4C, 4A, 4B, any type of curl type, any type of hair type or curl type. You can use this Tymo Plus Ionic Plus brush. And again, even though this is hot, you can run your hand on this brush. You can put your hand on this brush. It is not going to burn you because it has a non-scalding mechanism on this brush so that when you touch it, it does not burn you. Even though this is hot, because I just turned it off. I had it on 360 degrees to go ahead and straighten my hair here, as you can see. And I'm touching it now and it doesn't burn you. And if y'all want to, I don't have any links or anything to this. I just really love the Amika products, and I think that using this gel clarifying shampoo is actually a really good product, and also one of the steps that you definitely need to consider using, or a tip that you need to consider when you are doing a silk press or straightening your hair, to clarify your hair first, because you're going to be doing yourself a disservice if you don't use something like a clarifier on your hair to get your hair straight. It'll be pointless, just pointless. I did want to show that Babyliss straightener that I have. I have two Babyliss straighteners. I have the wider straightener. This one, it does not get hot on the outside. I literally just use this to press out the hair, and you can use like bigger sections when you use a wider iron like this. But my other one that I have here, I know y'all seen this. This is my Babyliss Pro Prima 3100. And this one, it gets hot. These plates on the outside, it has a locking mechanism, and on the inside, both get hot. And this is where I do like using something like the Ionic Plus better, because it has a non-scalding mechanism and you do not want to burn yourself using or trying to use something like this, like the professionals use. If you can have something that does similar things and getting your hair straight just like this without burning yourself, I would suggest something like the Ionic Plus. Especially if you are getting this for like a teenager or somebody who likes to straighten their hair on their own, I would suggest something like that over something like this. I would use this more so like professional use, or if you're going to be using this on another person. I use it myself a lot as well, but I am a licensed cosmetologist, and we use these in shop. So I use these a lot. But when I do use it on myself, I tend to kind of like burn my hand a little bit. Nothing serious, but I tend to burn my hand a little bit when I do use something like this, because it does get hot on the outside. And let me show you the only part of this that doesn't get hot. So this part at the bottom where you're holding it does not get hot, of course, right? This one does not get hot. But when you're turning that hair, because I use this for straightening and curling. Mostly I use the larger iron for, and this one was the Titanium Babyliss Pro. I use this one for straightening for the most part, and then if I want to get like the edges and curling, I would tend to use this one. And the only part up here that doesn't get hot are these little blue shapes right here at the top. So when you're turning this and really getting that hair in there, this is the only part of this that you can touch that doesn't get hot. So you can see as I'm touching this right now, and I usually have long nails or longer nails, about this long or shorter. And my fingers are pretty long. So me touching this little part right here, it's easy to burn your hand on something like this. So if you're not used to using something like this, which is more so, I say, for anybody can use it, but it's more so to me if you're using this on another person, because you can honestly really see what's going on, like at the back of that person's head and things like that. I would say it's easier to use something like this that does something exactly, not exact, but similar, and get your hair straight similar as something like this. And this one does not burn you. This one gets hot, but you can still put your hand on it. It's still warm right now. You can still put your hand on it and it's not going to burn you. It's not gonna burn you. That is something that I really, really like about this one. Also, it heats up very fast as well. Hey. Okay. But yeah, that's why I really, really like this Ionic Plus. And it's not super heavy. It looks like it's kind of large, but it's honestly not heavy, and it works so fast that you won't have to hold it very long. You won't have to hold it very long. I also demonstrated on my last live, I also demonstrated how to curl your hair with the Tymo Air Wrap. Let me grab it. That Tymo Air Wrap. Now, again, I mostly curl with this one here until I got this here. Now, I only strictly curl my hair if I'm doing it myself with the Tymo Air Wrap. I use this one here because, again, this one, you can easily burn yourself with this one if you really don't know what you're doing, but also if you're in a rush or if you're in a hurry, you don't want to worry about whether or not you're going to burn yourself with this one, right? Again, the only part on here that doesn't get hot are these little two pieces at the top right here. Those get really, really, the rest of this gets really hot except for these two pieces right here. And because that doesn't get hot, this is where you can hold it at if you're going to be like turning it at the top. So you can use this. This is great. Love them. But now that I have discovered some things that'll make life easier to use and This one is also kind of rounded, just like that one. It has like that rounded circular shape in order for you to really use and go around the hair with a curl. I know a lot of people say they don't like a clamp, but this one is actually really easy to use. So go back and watch my last live from last week and you can see me putting some body in my hair and curling and showing y'all how you can curl with the Tymo Airwrap. It's like a 2-in-1 because it is a straightener. As you can see, it has the plates on it like a straightener, and then you can curl with it as well. And it has the, so I think this is called the Airflow. I want to correct myself. This is called the Tymo Airflow, not Airwrap, Airflow. This is the Tymo Airflow, and it has a little button on here if you can see. So this one is the power button, and then this one is that airflow button. The airflow button, it actually cools down the hair as you are straightening it, which is really, really nice. Especially when you're using it for curls, because when you want to use this for curls, you do want those curls to cool down, and the way that the curls actually usually stay is if your hair is cooled down. A lot of times, like when people curl their hair, they want to like pull through it right away and don't let the curls set. This is a way for you to actually curl and set your hair fairly fast because it's gonna have that airflow button right here. And when that's on, you're gonna see this little button up here flashing. It's gonna flash on when you have that airflow button on. And then as you can see, these settings right here are the heat settings for the Tymo Airflow. This is the airflow, and it's called that because you do have that airflow button that you can use when you are straightening your hair and when you're curling your hair. So I do really like these products. The Ionic Plus does come with a little user manual. So if you're not sure on how to use the Ionic Plus, then you can go ahead and just read through that user manual and it'll tell you basically about the hair straightener. It'll tell you how to use it, how not to use it, and it says how to use. It gives you all the steps. It also goes over the product overview. If y'all can see that, it goes over the overview. And then it goes over how to use. And it gives you all the steps. And it also says it will take 30 seconds for the appliance to heat up once it's switched on, which is nice. And y'all saw how fast that went. I set it to 360 and then it just goes up from 1 all the way up to 360 within 30 seconds for whatever setting that you put it on, and then it works really well from there. It's already set and done. You don't have to wait any more than 30 seconds in order for it to work. It also talks about those different temperature settings. So this is really important because it talks about soft and thin hair. You want to do around 180 degrees Fahrenheit to 270 degrees. If you have thin, fine, or bleached hair, which a lot of people do have bleached hair, if your hair has been lightened in some way, you can use this between the lower settings, of course, but you want to use it somewhere between 280 and 320. If your hair is dyed or dark colored hair, you can use it between 340 and 370. And if you have normal or slightly curly hair, so not super coily, but slightly curly, you can use the iron between 390 and 390 and 430. And it's saying thick, curly, thick, wavy, coily hair, you can use it basically at 450. This Ionic Plus is designed for the most part not to create heat damage in your hair. That is the way that they design the brush. So these heat temperature settings that they actually recommend, I would go along with what they're saying or use a little less heat if you are concerned with whether or not your hair will go back to its curly state. For me personally, I am a straight natural, so for the most part, at this point in my life, I am wearing my hair straight all the time. It's just easier for me, and I am a really on the go person. So if you're on the go like me and you want to just throw a bonnet on and throw it off in the morning, so you shake out your hair and go, that is why I have been now at this point in my life wearing my hair straight. And it's the winter time as well in Arizona, so it's super nice outside. It's not like 100 degrees. It's fairly nice outside now, so my hair will stay straight longer, and so I'm taking advantage of that time. So definitely read through the user manual because it has a lot of great information in here for people who are not sure what temperature they want to use for their hair. So this goes over that. It tells you about the 16 temperature settings that you can use on here as well. It also talks about the negative ions that they use, and this advanced ionic technology has or creates less frizz in your hair, and it gives your hair a lot of shine. And I will say that my hair does have shine after using this product. It does not leave your hair looking dull or dry. Right, and then what's also going to help you create that shine in your hair or that movement in your hair is making sure that you are not using just any shampoo, but you're going in with a clarifying shampoo, and then you're also going in after you use the clarifying shampoo with something that is hydrating, moisturizing to your hair. And that way it's not dry, it's not breaking off, it's not brittle. So make sure we're using this manual so that you can go through and see how to use this, and also it tells you how to store it. It tells you the maintenance, so keep free of dust and dirt, store it in a safe place, a dry location, right? Don't wrap up the cord because you don't want to mess up the cord. A lot of people wrap their cords like this around. I would not recommend that. It shortens the cord, it shortens out the cord, and you won't have the product for long. And I think honestly that is because people do not read the manuals, and we're just like, oh, I know what to do, this is what I've been doing all the time. It doesn't work. Read the product the way that the people who made it suggested, and I think for the most part things work best. All right, y'all, I think that is going to be the end of this live for today. I hope y'all enjoyed this little tutorial. If y'all again want to pick up the Tymo Ionic Plus, you can go ahead and look at the description in this live, and it has a link. You can click on my link. You can use that link, and it'll take you right to the Tymo Ionic Plus. It'll take you right to it. And before you go to the checkout, just make sure that you go and put in the discount code Danielle40 that is also in my description, and you can purchase this with 40% off. If y'all have any questions, let me know, and I'll probably be on live a little more to kind of go over some more tips and things that I use for my clients with silk presses, and just some more tips on how to make sure that your hair stays healthy and make sure that we are taking care of our hair and using going through the proper steps in order to get the best silk presses that we can. A lot of times I see videos of people saying like, oh, I see y'all use these things, but when I used it, my hair didn't turn out like this or that. It's okay. It's okay. Everything is suggested for um, people to try. And if you see that a certain thing didn't work for you, you have to continue to search and find things that work for you. And so all the suggestions that I want to give on this channel are things that I do think that for the masses will help. And if it doesn't, there is a plan for you, so don't get discouraged. There's always other products and other methods that you can use. So I'll come on live a little bit more often in order to give more tips and things that I have learned over the years from doing hair. And now that I'm a licensed cosmetologist, there's even more things that I've learned while doing so many different types of hair. And it'll just be fun to kind of go over a lot of those different things and share that knowledge so that we can all um, have better hair, even me. Okay, so I'll see y'all on the next one. Thank you for watching the live, and we'll be back next time.